So you can always tell when a person gets to a certain age that they really want to talk about applesauce.
Oh my God.
We got this. We order from a deli because the girlfriend and I were both vegetarians, right? They have these great vegetarian ribbons, and they use these smoked mushrooms for the meaty part. And
Mm.
I cannot even tell you how good they are. They are so incredible. And we were gonna have some latkes, potato pancakes, too. So we got some applesauce from the deli, which I guess they make in the deli, and that applesauce, oh my god, it is so good. And so yeah, I think I'm just about at the age now that I'm going to start talking about my meals of tepid water and
Mm.
um, and applesauce. That's where I think I am developmentally going. No, I'm here. I'm already here, to tell you the truth.
Mm.
Hey, I'm working on it too, dude. I really like it whenever they mash strawberries in with the applesauce.
I
Oh
can
That
my
see
is,
that.
God.
oh man. Woo.
Uh, Where do you people live that you actually have gourmet applesauce as a thing? You're
Well,
in Massachusetts, right?
I'm in Massachusetts, so we are basically in the hub of liberal America. Um,
Mm.
you get all these people talking about Austin or San Francisco. It's like, no, I don't think so. Um, so yeah, we get it all.
And the Reuben is better. The Reuben sandwich is vegetarian. Reuben is better the closer it tastes to meat.
Yeah, and the thing is, what they do with these mushrooms, right, is that they smoke the mushrooms, and so that you get the smoky, mushroomy kind of Reuben, and it is
Mm.
so freaking incredible. D Parks, how you doing, D? The
You should do a side by side tasting with an actual Reuben sandwich and vegan.
I like your attempt to try to get me to eat meat, my friend.
Yeah.
I like that. But there is actually another vegetarian place down the street that does vegetarian ribbons too, with
Mm.
seitan. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Satan's vegetables, basically the meaty stuff,
Okay.
which is also exceptional.
I'll have to look that up. Saitin. And
Seitan, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So D, you posted a story because we're connected on Facebook and everything about maybe Chernobyl like leaking out radiation because I guess there's still nuclear fuel or waste there that needs rods that need to be cooled, and if they're not cooled consistently, then bad things will happen. That's how I understand. I only glanced at the story for like 2 seconds before the show. Um, yeah. I guess my stupid American brain just assumed that once the Russians or the Soviets at the time just dumped everything, because that's what they did. They just like threw a lot of concrete on the reactor, that there wasn't anything else that could go sideways there. But I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong.
Unfortunately, concrete is not. It's a pretty strong material, but it can get cracks in it. If it gets soaks in water for a long time, that will make it not like together very well.
Hmm.
There are things that can go wrong with concrete that will
yeah,
make
you're
it.
supposed to cure concrete, and it can be difficult because the humidity outside is always changing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. See, no, I
isn't
didn't
this
know this.
interesting?
I didn't know this, Big Zeb. Seitan, however you pronounce it. Seitan is food made from gluten, the main protein in wheat. Oh, yeah. It is. You can put it into a loaf, and you can make a good Reuben out of it. I'll tell you that.
Okay. With some mushrooms and
Well,
smoky wood
you
burning.
can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
nutritious.
What about Montreal smoked meat? Maybe that would serve as an equivalent as well.
Maybe,
Mm.
maybe. So I went to bed at this is me about is there a gluten free say? Well, that's a good question. Uh, that's I think by definition, yeah, maybe not.
That's sort of like asking for dehydrated water.
What happened, Tobin? Yeah, it does sound like dehydrated water.
Try to give some kind of light, so I'm
You're
not.
trying to get some kind of
Oh my
dramatic
God.
lighting going on.
Are you going to tell us a ghost story, Mr. Templeman?
I feel like that. Yeah. What's up, Kendra? Well, Theo, I mean, if they can do like gluten-free beer, then maybe I don't even know gluten-free or if they can do gluten-free bread, then why couldn't they do gluten-free seitan? Why couldn't they?
I looked up the pronunciation
Mm,
for Satan, and it's more like say-tan.
say
So tan instead of ten. Satan.
seitan. I feel like there should be an umlaut above that e. Seitan. Maybe I don't
Well,
know. Maybe I don't understand umlauts. Maybe that could be it.
here is. Oh, the um, the two things I found on how to pronounce it are actually just audio files. I was looking for that. Oh, maybe I can find it. Anyway, don't worry about it. Maybe
Con-
it's not smart.
concrete cures at different. What about procrete? Does that cure at a similar rate? See, that was horrible. Let's see if
Here's John Hudson. He can tell us about concrete.
isn't all. Yes, yes. He probably could.
And then there was that formula the Romans had for underwater concrete. They could pour concrete underwater, and it would actually set.
So, seeing that I know nothing about this, I'm going to start asking questions. Did they have to create a? Because this is how some construction some construction is done. Is that you have to build kind of like an outer ring column, pump all the water out, and then throw the concrete in? Is that a kind of situation?
Oh, well, you mean for underwater concrete?
Yeah, for like underwater stuff.
I imagine so. I don't know anything about it. Where's John Hudson? Get in the chat, mister.
Syncrete, underwater, is that syncrete? These are very good questions.
Well, it's probably, the Romans probably don't have anything anywhere near as sophisticated as we have now, so I don't know.
Well, I saw this interesting video, I don't know, a couple of months ago at this point, about a medieval bridge that's, I think, built in the Czech Republic. And what they did was the method that I was talking about before, is that they built kind of like a border, pumped all the water out, and then built the columns for the bridge.
Right.
And then they, removed the columns, of course, once the concrete was cured. Once it was.
There he is.
Yeah,
no, we still have underwater concrete. It's a hydraulic concrete. It'll cure underwater.
It'll cure underwater.
Yes.
That sounds like magic to me.
It's voodoo. No, and then concrete depends on the curing time, depends on what's in it. If you add calcium chloride, if it's 1% calcium chloride, it'll take off in an hour. I mean, it's a hot load.
And it dries and it gets really hot whenever you use that stuff.
And then you add hot water to your mix, and then depending on how many bags of cement are in your concrete, depends on aggregates matter, composition of sand. It all can matter on the strength and durability of the concrete and how fast it takes off.
I got to tell you, there's that saying, I think it was Asimov who first penned it, is that any alien technology or any really superior technology seems like magic. If it's like really superior technology. I have to say, if you're an idiot, a lot of things seem like magic. And what you just explained, John Hudson, to me sounds like magic. You just gotta sprinkle
air entrance matters on it too.
Air entrance.
Air entrance on the concrete. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know what that means.
It's amount of air that's in the concrete.
You have to whisk it.
And then it'll mess with the psi of the concrete. It's curing time. Concrete is curing actually for years. Your regular concrete mix, a 5-bag concrete mix, will be curing for up to 100 years. And as far as the Roman concrete, we have no goddamn idea how it was made.
What?
Oh,
Hang
okay.
on. Whoa. Hang on. Because I am playing with that. And it, from my understanding, they do know how to make that. I've had instructions on how to make it.
On the Roman concrete, no, they do not know the exact recipe for it.
Huh.
I actually
there are
saw
some
it on.
guesses.
I remember seeing how. Well, here it is. How seawater strengthens ancient concrete, and that's from the University of Utah. Actually, the University of Utah. I just googled it. Roman concrete recipe. Mixing volcanic ash with lime and seawater to make mortar, then incorporating mortar into chunks of volcanic rock. Oh, how about that?
But they still don't know the exact recipe.
Well, the exact.
For example, you may have the ingredients, but you may not know at what temperature a quantity would be stirred at, or for how long, or.
I gotta tell you, I may not be able to explain exactly how I make an omelet, how many times I whisk the eggs, and I do make a very good omelet, by the way. But I can explain enough so that you don't make a shitty omelet, at least.
Well, you'll see your neighbor's driveway cracked when yours isn't, and they were poured, built at the same time, and that a lot of it has to do with the way it's laid down, the batch mix, et cetera, et cetera. Was it raining? Did rain happen? Was it kept moist afterwards? Concrete actually, if you get hydration cracks in it, if it starts to cure out too fast.
I'm just watching the door as Biscuit walks in. I think my girlfriend just let the cat in.
There is a bunch of variables.
I remember reading that the Romans, because of various barbarian invasions and plagues, lost the recipe for concrete more than once and had to sort of go back and try and figure it out again. Wow, we got reverb.
There's reverb, and I don't know where.
I will double check, but I don't think it's me. I'll close.
Is it coming from here?
I don't know. Maybe it's gone. I don't hear it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, there was a guy in Salt Lake that invented stuff that was called Syncrete, and along the I-15 corridor, they used his batch mix to do the freeway, and it came up. They didn't do it right, and so it came back up off the ground because they wasn't doing it the way he's specifically designed it. A friend of mine knew the guy. He ended up committing suicide because the Syncrete they blamed it on him, and it wasn't. I actually saw the product and the way it was used, and it held up. And just because they didn't follow his method of how it was supposed to be put down, he took all the blame on it. It was kind of a shit situation.
Is it Syncrete because you have to ejaculate into the mix?
Hey, how about that?
You do have to create polymer chains to make that stuff work.
Yeah. They hired Peter North to increase their production element. Sorry. Okay, back to real people now.
So I guess you really can't make gluten Satan free. See, now I'm intrigued by that. I think I'm looking at the same article. But that's totally. I know what else do I know about Roman? I know that they used to throw pottery into concrete. The Romans did to make it lighter. That's what I remember.
It's a good aggregate, isn't it, John Hudson? The other stuff would stick to pottery.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, so what? Depending on how much it was crushed up, I mean, you wouldn't want to throw whole pots in it.
No, you take that baked earth and you crush it. and then you add that powder in with your other compounds. Yes.
But to this day, they use different types of aggregate in concrete. Say it's a precast product that needs to go over scales or something. They'll use a lightweight aggregate in order to beat the weight to be able to transport it without special permit.
Okay. I was in publishing, and I suggested that a title existed called "Cooking with Aggregates" that didn't sell, and people thought it was funny, of course, but
Right.
no one thought I was serious, which was a shame.
Maybe you should have said spicy aggregates. Maybe that would
Ooh,
have.
that's some good comedic thinking there.
Well, I try.
Well, I got into the construction field in '79, and it was concrete that I got into first, and then mastered that trade and went into the carpenters union. After that, I left and was a hod tender for years. And
what's a hod tender?
Loading mortar and feeding the masons their block and such, getting everything ready for the masons.
Oh, okay.
I did that 2 years before they ever let me even throw any block, and got to where as a master mason, left that, and went to work for a finish carpenter. After that, I went into business for myself.
That's great. So you could always pick up the slack if something funny was scheduling or somebody didn't show up because of food poisoning or something.
Once you I was reading Sammy's stuff right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Distracting.
That's bullshit too. My dad worked on Glen Canyon Dam, and the amount of concrete that they are pouring on a pour like that, because you're lucky to be able to get your ankles wet in the concrete. Nobody ever fell in the concrete, was buried in the dam, and besides, they would not want to keep that void in there. If somebody did fall in the concrete, they would get it out because it would lessen the structural integrity of that concrete. You don't want organics in your mix.
Yeah, because it'll break down and then create a hole in the middle of it.
Well, that's why they went epoxy coated rebars and such too, because the rebars, if the rebars within 2 inches of the edge of the concrete, moisture can penetrate because concrete is a porous material and deteriorate the rebar inside. So yeah, that's one of the reasons a lot of the infrastructure in the U.S. is failing, is because the rebar got moisture to it, and thus it disintegrates, deteriorates, and leaves voids in the concrete.
I did not know that.
Right.
I did not know that.
I built a far superior house.
There was at least one body in the concrete pillars of Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'm sure there's a bunch of bodies and a bunch of concrete around them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when you're pouring something the size of, you hear of all the people that, what was the dam on Mead? There's folklore about people being buried in the concrete, and that's bullshit. It was just too wide of a pour. It was setting up as fast as there's dumping it,
I've seen it on several documentary movies in the movie theaters that people drop bodies into concrete. You're telling me that's not true?
You can get a good hole, and 5 bags of lime will do a lot better job than concrete. Concrete will preserve it.
See, now you learn things, people. You learn things.
Is it lime or lye that's good to get rid of bodies, John Hudson?
Either one.
So they both help disintegrate bodies?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm getting an echo again. What's going on?
I don't know. I know I'm hearing it. So who is not hearing it?
I am hearing it.
I did a couple times, but
maybe does everyone have headphones? I don't have headphones with me.
No.
Maybe if you use headphones, maybe that would help. I don't know.
Well, it's gone again.
Big Z, you are echoing. That's what.
Yeah,
Are
but I've checked and I'm wearing headphones,
you're
proper
wearing them.
headset,
Oh,
and um, I checked to make sure that I'm not
well, if you're wearing
on. You know
headphones, I
how
doubt
you
it.
can have multiple streams because you're
Yeah,
watching the main, and made sure I shut that off.
maybe for
Yeah, I
you.
double checked mine too.
Mm.
I do not have headphones on, or I do not have the other stream on either.
Yeah,
Okie dokie. Well,
yeah,
it's
it's just
gone. Let us rejoice.
yeah, Kalu Clay. Good morning, Scott Duke. So far, so good. It's going to snow out here today. It's going to snow
Oh, my
here. That's what
goodness.
I've heard.
Wow,
I'm not happy about it.
It's
it's
been
coming
kind of
for you.
it's been kind of cool the last couple of days, but we're supposed to be back in the 70s tomorrow. So
I was going to say like what is it, like 70 degrees? That's cool. Is that what's going on?
no, it was I think we got up to 58 yesterday.
Oh, wow. That's balmy here this time of year.
It's fun talking to Americans because it'll be in the 70s on Tuesday or whatever. It takes me back to my childhood when we still used imperial Fahrenheit measure. There was
Right.
another.
You may call it imperial. I'm just going to call it American
American.
measurements.
America.
Yeah, because nobody else really uses it, right?
Yes. But it was imperial.
It was imperial, but then we had a revolution, and now it's American.
And you're still regretting it. You could be drinking tea right now, but no, you had to have a revolution.
Well,
Yeah.
that's one thing I noticed when I was living in El Paso, because a lot of people come up from Mexico to work and such, and the speed limit might be 70 miles an hour, but they're doing 70 kilometers, and like, why are they driving so slow?
That's interesting. Most of the speedometers in Canada have both imperial and metric on them.
Well, they do in the States too.
They do? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The secret is not paying attention to either one of them.
Damn straight.
Well,
really
it's funny.
Day, really, I try to get into multi-floor residences, but there are too many steps. I see what you're doing there.
Oh.
So
that's evil.
Yeah, I saw what you're doing there.
Yeah. Dave's good on the pun.
Yes.
Do you know sign language there, Dr. Hall? Dr. Kennard?
I know the basics.
You get that funny handset. Okay.
The F word.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fish.
What about hey baby and then the F word?
To tell you the truth, my kids knew yes and no before they could talk. Because I signed yes and no to them quite a bit, when they were kids. Yes, no. That's no, actually no. So, yeah.
My daughter can sign.
American sign, which is not imperial sign. That's American sign.
Okay, that was
weight. This actually means weight. And that was very effective. It was very...
Go ahead.
Let me talk. So actually, with in terms of with my kids, once again, I would sign wait to them. Well, and that would help kind of communicate the need to effing wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John Hudson.
Well, it's just funny how kids pick up on that. My daughter's doing it with the 4-month-old, and it's like she wants to do more with the hands as much as with the mouth.
Yeah.
In fact, she's got a better grasp of like, she'll put her fingers up to her mouth to, like, eat,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's our chimpanzee brain going off on us again.
Oh, yeah.
And
Actually,
then also
teaching sign to your little kids because they don't have the control to make sounds other than goo goo gaga.
But they can understand. They can understand it.
They do. And I've got a deaf dog too that it's all hand signals that we have to use with Frozen Snooey because she can't hear.
Yeah.
Oh, is she one of those blue-eyed dogs that can't hear? There's like this weird gene where you get blue eyes and you're deaf.
No, she's actually. I'd have to call her albino. She's kind
Oh,
of got
wow.
like pink eyes and
Mhm.
white, but she's pit bull and English bull terrier mix, and
Yeah.
she's a lover. Oh my God, she's such a good girl. They're all good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look that up. Maybe I'm thinking of cats with the blue eyes and deafness.
Maybe.
In dogs. Okay, it comes up on Google.
Yeah. Yeah. Baby sign. Dave writes. Baby sign language is really cool. Everyone should teach their kids that. It makes early communication so much easier. It does. It does.
That's what
I
I said.
was I thought it was just rare that Phoenix was doing it with the kid, and
It is rare. It is rare, but it's a neat little trick. That's what it is. It's a neat thing to do.
she's a smart girl. She speaks a couple languages. I barely speak American good.
I speak maybe 3/4 of a language. Multiple languages, definitely not, but 3/4 of English, I think, of American English too, should I say?
So, uh-oh. Well, it apparently bull terriers are one of the ones that are often deaf if they have blue eyes.
Oh, really?
But yeah, Dalmatian, English Setter, English Cocker Spaniel, dogs and cats with blue eyes,
I didn't know
and
that.
something. Here, I will get into the regular chat and post the link. It's
Cool.
some sort of academic paper, so it may
Right,
not
right,
be.
right.
There you go. For further reading.
Okay, thanks. Wherever it is, I don't see it, but that's just me. There it is. Big Zeb.
Well, if we're done talking about concrete, I'm going to slip out.
Slip out, John Hudson. Good talking to you, brother.
Hey, take care, guys. Have a
Yeah,
wonderful
John.
day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
But if you're really in touch with concrete, you can commune with the spirits of dead union leaders.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I do what I can. I try to help.
Yeah. So once again, no show tomorrow, but it's got the show normally on Friday, and it's always and if I have time to do something over the weekend, actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be big days. Oh, I should say I'm going to be on Cindy Plaza's channel. Oh no, I'm going to be on the oh god, I always confuse this channel's name. The Proteus, Atheist,
Promethean Secular Frontier?
it's Promethean. Say it again, Tobin.
Promethean
Secular Frontier.
Frontier. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that rolls right off the tongue. Do we have a
Um,
link to this thing?
PSA.
No.
Oh, I can link it here real
Okay,
quick.
Please
I'm
do.
I'm showing up on Saturday. I think it's a live show. I know that Eric Murphy's going to be there.
Oh, really?
One
That's
of
cool.
the
Is Eric Murphy the one with the cyst on his neck?
dude, I
No.
don't know.
No, he was on Talk Heathen for quite a while.
Yeah.
He now does the Skeptic Generation with V. LeBlanc. He's got curly hair and
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I know who that is.
Also, Kyle Morrison. Also, Kyle Morrison, who's another comedy writer on Only Sky, is going to be there. So, Kyle is an incredibly good writer, incredibly good at writing comedy, much better than I am. And we're going to be talking about comedy. We're going to talk about joking. We're going to talk about what's okay to joke about, or what's not okay to joke about. Thanks, Tobin. So yeah,
You're welcome.
Going to be on that channel on Saturday, so it should be a lot of fun. Maybe stir up some controversy, right?
Great.
I don't know if Eric's ever done any comedy, like as strict. I mean, when you're in this space, I think you always have to throw a little bit of comedy into what you're doing. But it'll be interesting to see what his input is. in how this whole conversation plays out.
Hopefully, I'm thinking of the right Eric Murphy.
Oh no, you are. You're thinking of the same guy. You're thinking of the right guy. So I'm going to sign off then, because I'm going to get ready for work and do work before work. Shamala hamala, everyone. Take care.
Shamala hamala.